Okay guys, I'm here today with Eliot Marshall. He's a black belt from Alma Houston. Guys, he got third place in the world as a brown belt when in the adult division when he was brown belt. And he was the first American to win the Pan Ams as a blue belt, purple belt, and brown belt as a adult. And he also has like 6 matches on UFC. He has like 21 matches total on MMA. And he's one of the main instructors in the Eastern BJJ in Colorado in all the schools. So huge honor for me to be here. I know him for a very long time. I remember when I was in Brazil, like in 2006, competing the last Worlds in Brazil. That was the one that he got third place as a brown belt, and I was purple belt. So I kind of always seen him growing up too. And huge honor for me to be here with him. And today we just shot an entire instruction all about side control, no gi. That's something that I think it's gonna help a lot of people. And he's gonna show us here one of his favorite attacks from the side control. So I'm very excited to learn from him. Let's do it.
All right, guys, here we go. So, one of the most common things that I would say is dealing with the underhook position. Because, for example, when we're passing the guard, one of the best ways, especially no gi, I'm gonna spin this way a little bit. When we're passing the guard, maybe I'm knee slicing through, is I like to make sure that I control this underhook position. Okay? And now, once I have this position controlled, I don't want to have to change to attack. I want to be able to start taking advantage and attacking right away. A lot of times, if this person doesn't fix this underhook, as I turn back, they're like grabbing onto me and like pulling the elbow down. Because, yep, you can sit on my back. Yes, here like this, because he knows that if I want to attack the arm, almost everything is about me pulling him up and spinning around. So how do I attack from here when he's this way? So, the first thing we always like to do is we like to control. Whenever we're under the head, we know that we're in a good control position. I like to start, grab 4 fingers, okay, or 3 fingers, however many I can get in there, right in his armpit, and rather than push across, I like to pull it in, and I feel very secure here. And I take my head and I pin it right on his arm, this way. Okay, now once I have the position controlled, the other thing, especially like Bernardo said, with some MMA experience and big, strong wrestler guys, right? They use this forearm underneath of me. Like when you start to push a little bit, they lift you over the top, which is not what we want. So as soon as I have this all controlled, I like to move my arm around the head using the inside of my elbow right on the top of his head, not in the neck, and push the head back. This makes it a little bit harder for him to be lifting me over this way. From this position, look, what really gets the job done a lot with big, strong guys is this arm on my hip. They load my weight on it and they take me over the top. So I want to kill this arm. I want to flatten it out, putting all my weight down on the arm because nobody is strong at lifting you up from this position. Can you lift?
It doesn't make sense.
No. Okay, so I've taken care of his head, and now I'm going to take care of this arm. I'm going to move my hip just a little bit so that I catch. Okay? His arm on my leg underneath. And now look, my stomach is going to go on his face, and I'm just going to lay down so that this arm, there's no more of him lifting up. Bernardo, from this position, can you lift? No lift. Okay? Now, the only thing I have to make sure of is that the arm doesn't pass to the other side because now he's out this way. So that's why I catch it first, lay down on it. I'm pushing the head. From here, I take my head and put it on the mat. He's pretty stuck. I want to go out now, and I want to catch his head and his arm. So I'm very safe of going longer because I dealt with this and I dealt with his head. My hand's going to go to his head. I'm going to step this foot up and out and lift up the head. So that now, again, no bridging, he's very stuck. My leg travels under the neck and I lock my triangle. Now here, man, I've seen so many people get to this position and blow it from here. There's a couple key steps. One is I never want to lift my head off the mat because now his arm comes back. I was so close. No, that was right. Boom, here, wherever he moves his arm, okay? So I want my arm to stay. I want my head to stay I take my head, I look towards his legs. I switch my arm under. Notice my head on the ground the whole time. Both hands here under the arm. From this position, I pull the arm out and I lock my Kimura. The last thing we have to do, spin it out a little, no, perfect. The last thing we have to do is take our elbow and put it on the person's hip, our partner's hip, so that we can push off of our head and our elbow. And now we're up with space, finishing the Kimura.
Man, that's amazing. One more time.
So, here I am, okay? I'm passing through the guard. I dig the underhook, and I finish my pass off. Right away, go to my control position. In the armpit, pull, hug tight. Move the elbow around the head, pushing the head back. Switch the hip so we catch the arm, and then lay down. Very stuck here. Now I can go out, because I have this arm beat, and I have the head control. Step the leg up. Head stays on the mat. I'm looking at the foot that's stepped. Lock my triangle. Turn my head the other way. Under one, pull the arm out, two, pin, lock. Elbow on them so that we can push up. And now we're finishing.
Yeah, so guys, I wish everybody could be here on board to feel what I felt. So when Eliot placed his upper body here on my face and on my arm, as he mentioned, I couldn't move at all, so I was completely stuck. So I have seen people doing this position that he just showed, but not with all these details. So I think like the way that he sets up the position, this step by step, it's very different. And I think this is what makes the position very efficient, right? Because every single step you were going there, I couldn't move. I was like completely stuck.
Yeah, I feel like for me, fighting in MMA really helped.
I got it.
Because when you do jiu-jitsu,
yeah,
you can't mess up.
I got it.
Right? Like you can't. When you mess up doing jiu-jitsu, in a jiu-jitsu match sometimes, you just do more jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
In the fight, I had to learn how to deal with guys like Shin Carwin, right? Who was my training partner, who, man, if he got up, oof.
I got it. No, and we were just talking about that, like side control on MMA is much harder than side control on no-gi grappling.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah, so guys, very, very cool. And I felt like completely stuck over there. And as I said before, we just tried an entire instruction all about side control no-gi, that I think it's something that a lot of people struggle. And Eliot showed a lot of positions like that. So very soon it's going to be at IBJJFfanatics.com. Maybe by the time you're watching, it's already there. So make sure to check that out. And thanks so much.
Man, thanks.
That was awesome.
Appreciate it, Bernardo.
BJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTubeFaria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.